Please welcome Rachel Lackner.
Hello. Okay, you may have noticed there's something a little different about me than the other performers, and yes, I am the only person performing today wearing a jean jacket. Yeah, okay. So, I was reading this article the other day called 20 Signs You're a Midwestern Sorority Girl. And I learned a lot. It was really great. By the end of reading the article, I learned that I am not, in fact, a Midwestern sorority girl, which makes a lot of sense because I'm neither in a sorority nor from the Midwest. So that was pretty good. And I really like the fact that it's called 20 Signs. Like you're going to use it as a diagnostic. Like I'm going to go to the doctor and be like, hey doc, I think I might be a Midwestern sorority girl. And he's like, well, let's run some tests. And he comes back and he's like, you are. You have 2 weeks to live. But I feel like there is like one really specific point where that would be a really helpful thing for a doctor to use, or anyone in the healthcare institution or whatever, I don't know what I'm saying. So it's like you're in a hospital and this person comes in and they're like, we've got a white female, late teens, early 20s. She's stable, but she has severe amnesia. She doesn't know her name, her age, where she's from, what sort of on-campus organization she was a part of. She has no idea if she was part of a philanthropic sisterhood. We've tried everything. What can we do? And the doctor's like, you've tried everything. And he gives her this article, and she reads it, and she looks up, and a single tear falls down her face, and she goes, I do have the best big. Speaking of sororities, I've spent a lot of time the past couple of days reading this website called Total Sorority Move, which is by sorority girls for sorority girls. So it's like, Rachel, why are you wearing this? I don't know exactly. Rachel, why are you reading this? I'm like, I have no idea. And so there's this one article that was like 42 signs that or 42 ways to know you're in a frat house. And it's like 42 ways to know you're currently in a frat house. So I read it, and I learned a lot. And I learned that at the time I was reading it, I was not, in fact, in a frat house. And most of the time, I am not in a frat house. And actually, right now, if I think back to what I remember from reading this article, I'm not currently in a frat house. And so I feel like it was a very helpful article. But I also feel like I could have made it a little bit more concise. Like, I feel like, I'm not a sorority girl, so I don't know very much about this stuff. But like, I feel like I could have written an article called 2 Ways to Know that you're in a fraternity house. Number 1. You have recently entered. Number 2, you have yet to leave the fraternity house that you have recently entered. There's another article from the same website that's called, it's like, some woman slept with a lot of Nazis and killed them because they all got STDs, or something like that. And there's this line in it, like starts out and it's like, this unknown Czech woman was apparently pretty pissed off when the Nazis entered her homeland. And it's like, well, yeah. That sounds like it would be pretty annoying. And it goes on to talk about how, yeah, she was apparently pretty pissed. So she slept with a lot of Nazis, and apparently, like, later they died from, they think syphilis, but they're not even sure. And I'm thinking, like, I like killing Nazis in creative and sexy ways as much as the next girl. And this might be my bizarre sexual preference for not Nazis, but I feel like if you're interested in killing off the German army in an efficient way that doesn't require sleeping with Nazis and then waiting for them to maybe die of syphilis, I can think of a lot of different ways. And I don't mean to mar the reputation of Total Sorority Move as a source of historical news, and I don't want to slander the name of unnamed Czech woman. Like, maybe she just had a thing for men in uniform, and maybe she was like kind of a little bit into Nazis. maybe this was just an attempt to boost Nazi morale that just went horribly wrong for everyone involved. But also, like, the other question that I have is, like, why does Total Sorority Move feel like this is irrelevant for their readership? Like, what other than terrifying organizational skills and probably a higher proportion of blondes than the regular public do Nazis and sorority girls have in common? And then I realized, like, I don't know, I was just kind of thinking like Nazi sorority girls, and I was like, I have the best here. That's nice.